Hey there, YouTube. Charles T back in another PSA reveal. This time, actually got a 2-for-1. I'm gonna do two reveals because this first reveal just really not that exciting. A lot of the same cards. So the Mr. Beast, I bought I think 20 of these, two sets of 10. A lot of them were grade worthy. Tops now grades pretty well. These are his first cards. So I got 5 9s. I did get that orange to 25. The nines probably right around 20 bucks each. I put them up for 25, but if somebody's gonna offer me 20, I'll probably take those. And then I think the rest of the nope. And then I got 9 10s. Again, tops now usually grades very well, so to get 5 9s out of these is kind of shocking. I looked over every one. Everything looked great. Did take out 5 or 6 that weren't grade worthy. Had little marks or something like that, or print line on the back. So not sure why they get the nines out of those, but the 10 should do okay. Anywhere from 40 to 35 bucks would be, I'd imagine. So make a little bit on those. But again, that orange to 25, just pays for everything anyway. So kind of free rolling there. Nice Undertaker. This is the refractor on the Allen Ginter. Gets the 9. Stone Cold gets the 9. Sepia Stone Cold gets a 10. Pop 1. I think I put it up for 75, but if somebody offers me like 50, I'd probably take it. And then the black and gold. This is numbered to 13. It's a pop 1 right now. Probably centering would be, I'd imagine. It's a slightly off top to bottom, but nothing else wrong with this card, and it's so low number, I figured I'd give it a chance. So I think the same there. I put it up for 75, but again, Sony gives me 50 bucks on it. I think I take it. And again, the rest of this order is going to be Cooper Flag, majority. 10s on all these. These are same as tops now, Bowman U now. But this was in the tournament. We got 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 8 of those in 10s. Did get 1 9. I left it in the vault at PSA. I'll go over kind of my thought process and why I left it in the vault in a second here. This is the combos, Ace Bailey, Cooper Flag for McDonald's, gets the 8. Probably, on those flags, those are around about 50 bucks a piece, so it's a nice little upside there. That combos, I think raw, that card's like 10, 15 bucks, I would think, in the PSA 8. Maybe less, maybe get the 12. Same with this, about probably 10 bucks at an 8. Same with the Boundless. Again, don't know why these are getting 8s. Nothing on the corners. Back centering doesn't really matter. It can be, 70-30, which is, this probably is, but just still not hold it against the 10. So, I don't know. It's, some graders just grade how they want. The refractor, I really needed this to gem, get the 9. Looked really great. No scratches, no dents, nothing wrong with this. So in a 9, pretty much raw. It's probably going to be like a $75 card. Be my guess on it. I put it up for 100. I know the only other ones up are 125 somebody wants. So, but I don't think it's going to go for that much. Did get a 10 on the base. That's probably about a $50 card. And Ace Bailey Black Wave got the 9. So probably about 25 on that one. Overall, this order was 34 cards, 20 PSA 10s for 59%, 11 PSA 9s for 32%, 3 8s. Is this the right order? Hold on. Yeah, 3 8s, and that PSA 6. I did get a PSA 6 on this Cooper Flag, and I just sold that actually yesterday for like $8. So Not a great order, 58, 59% PSA 10s, especially a lot of that's Bowman Chrome U. I mean, Bowman U now in Topps now. So, the harsh grading really continues, really kills a lot of folks. The one card, like I said, there was that PSA 9 Cooper Flag, Bowman U now. Their estimate is like $20. I think that's about what it would have got. So they offered 17. So I left it in the vault. The problem with the vault, it takes 7 days to get over there. So in that 7 days, the prices could change. So you really gotta, as soon as your grades pop, go through all the cards, and that's what I did with this order. I don't have what the offers were. This is the first time I did this in this order. So I put my expected value, and then if I saw a good value that PSA was offering, so what you do is you look up your card in eBay or wherever, scan this back of that other card, because sometimes you don't have your grades aren't in the pop count yet. So when you scan this, it won't show up. So if there are similar cards that sold, scan one of those, then it'll give you a PSA offer. And if that offer is close to what it's selling for, the comps are, then I'm leaving it in the PSA vault, having them ship it there. I got to wait the 7 days, which kind of sucks. But in essence, I'm getting the same as I would either get on eBay. Sometimes, in some cases, you get more, or pretty much close to the exact price. Their algorithms on some cards are wrong, and you got to take advantage of that when you see it. So as soon as your grades pop, like I said, get in there and go through each card. I'll go through the results. I'll do a separate video on the next few orders I did that with, and I'll just let you guys know, what cards from this order are missing, because in this next order, there's about 22 that I left there, 22 out of the 56. So as we go through, like I said, I'll just go through, and then what I left there, you'll see the cert numbers are off. That's this one, maybe in grade 1, but some of these, like we're missing 210. We got 209 and 211, but we'll go through. So Green Prism Allen, estimating that's about 60 and a 10. Bowers, probably about $12. They didn't offer much on this. I think like $8 there. Got this Derek Carr variation. It's got the Panini logo. I pulled this from those 2014 value packs. So get some nice hits out of those. And that stuff graded pretty well. This card's still, I'd estimate about $80. It would have been, if he'd still be playing, if he didn't retire. You never know. He might get called up in the season. Some team that's looking for a starter. Somebody goes down. He'd be a good fill-in. So that's maybe a hold if he does come back in the next season, end of this season. It could shoot up. Then we got these red, white, and blues are not grading well. Centering's a little bit off, but I measured every card. I looked at everything under a microscope. This did fit in 55-45 all the way around. So not sure what got this. There's no whiting on this card at all. None of these have whiting. I checked every single one of them. Took out so many cards that had even one speck of white or was off-centered, because it's, the standards are so stringage, but still gets a 9. So about $70 in a 9. The next card I did send, I left there at PSA. It was an Emergent Jane Daniels in a 9. It's the same card, but in a 9. That card I estimated with $15. I think they offered me anywhere probably about 15 for it, so I left it there. Emergent goes for about 35 at a 10. Left a Green Prism Emergent in a 10 there. I estimate that's about $50. That's about what they're giving me, if I remember right. Nice. This is one of the best cards in the order. I was a little bit hesitant to send this. That little mark that's inside, I'll wipe that off later. But the centering, you never know sometimes. It did have a little bit of fuzzy right there. So I was worried that they might give that a 9 for that, but it came back at 10. Estimating this about $350. I did leave Cooper DeJean Red, White, and Blue. That's like one of the only 10s in there. That got a 10, so about $50 there. I left 2 Marvin Harrisons. Those are Cert 216, 217, a base Marvin Harrison 375 Prism, and a green Fireworks. Both of those about 35 bucks. This Justin Jefferson PSA 9, about 15 bucks. You know, didn't really offer anything on that. Nice Kelsey Prism Green. Estimate that's about 40 bucks. We got Drake May Hollow, gets a 9. A little bit top to bottom. I knew this was an iffy. This is a little bit over 45, 55, but take a chance on it. If it gets a 10, be huge, but still about 45 bucks. I left the next card over there. That was a Drake May, My House. I'm sorry, no, it was a base Drake May PSA 8. Estimated it's about 10 bucks, so it's about what they're giving me for it. The Emergent gets the 10. It's about $35 card there. Fireworks Green, Mahomes in a 10. Estimate about 50. McCarthy, I left 2 McCarthys there. One was a Green Wave Emergent, and one was a Portals Green Prism, both 10s. About 40 for the Green Wave Emergent, and about 45 on the Portals Green. Got these McMillans. I think I left one of the greens there. I think I left the green 9 there. It's about 15. This Green Prism, about 35 bucks. Nice silver. I did really well with my silvers, except for one. This I estimated about 75. They weren't offering much on it. I think they were about 35 bucks when comps were, all around 60 to 80. So, and recent comps were in the 80 range. So, I estimate that's about 75. So I'm not going to take that deal. These I was a little bit worried about. All of them on the back have this line, and it's on every single one. So I'm glad I sent them all together. But I don't know if you can see that. It's got a print line. It's not normal. It's not a normal line going all the way through on all of these Legion of Booms. It's right there. This one, it's hard to pick it up, but if you have it in hand, you can see it, and I think it's on every single one. So maybe it's a known flaw with the card, but since I saw it on all of them, I think they let it go. But we got the base, which is probably about $150 card. Then we've got all 3 of the red, white, and blues. Shoot, that's on the inside. How did that get in there? That is so weird. Get this out of here. But maybe I can show it. Yeah, I can't pick it up. But these in 10s, probably around $400 each. Not many out there. I think the pop was 18 on the red, white, and blues. I've got 3 of them right there. So next up, Khalil Mack base. Still about a $55 card. With the Disco Prisms, I love this card. Nice color match, probably about $190 on that one. So nice we did it twice. And I bought a ton of those lasers and Disco Prisms, and did pretty well on them. They're still in 9s, doing okay. Probably about 40 bucks there. And the Silver Prism gets the 10. I think I left the Pink Wave and a 9. That's probably about a $45 card, but that laser is probably about 180. This is about 450. Penix and a 10, about 80. Red, white, and blue gets the 9 again. Probably about a $35 card there. Nice Stafford, red, white, and blue, about 60 bucks. I did have an Aaron Rodgers, a Silver Prism this year. PSA offered me 132, and the last sale was 125. So, yeah, I'll be taking that. Did leave some Brian Thomas's there. His cards are going up. So PSA 9, red, white, and blue, and a Green Wave Emergent, 10. About 35 there. JJ Watt is about 75 bucks. The big card of the order right here. This has been going down a little bit, but I think it's going to go back up. You know, we're right here at the season, so probably still about a $700 card. We got the fluorescent to 25 and a 9. Bo Jackson an 8. This is a pop 1. You know, I collect Bo, but it's not a real great pivotal card for me, so I'll probably sell it since the pop 1 to $2.99. The Adrenaline Rush, just been sitting in a box. It's probably about $150 on that. Moss Jumbos, don't know. Haven't seen any comps on it, so I'd estimate probably about 30, 40 bucks. You know, it's very low pop. And the color match purple scope. JJ did leave some of those cards off, some other cards out. But overall, this order, 36 PSA 10s for 65%, 14 9s, 25, 4 8s for 7, and PSA 7 got 1 for 1.8. But this is what really ticked me off with this order. Send this card, you know, it's dealt card to begin with, and they send it without a sleeve. So, not happy with PSA, second order that they've done this with. They need to take care of our cards, point blank. So I'll be calling them about that, not for a compensation, but they need to know they can't do this crap. All right, guys, that's it for me. I got a bunch more orders coming in next week, and I'll see you then.